Hello fellow foodies, I hope you have your sweet tooths at the ready because today we're outside of Zuri's Donuts in Lynnwood, Washington. Let's go check it out. Zuri's Donuts is located where 196th Street and 76th Avenue meet in Lynnwood, Washington. But the donuts at Zuri's are anything but ordinary, and that's thanks to the creative mind of Chef Davis, the shop's owner.
I have no chain on my creativity, so adding multitudes of flavors, whatever you can find from every culture, and bringing it to something that brings multiple people together, which is a donut, why not?
Chef Davis isn't alone in his expedition for new flavors. He's joined by his 3-year-old daughter, Zuri, who the shop is named after.
The wildest of the wild. That's the kind of collaboration we have together. She'll learn a new fruit and say, "Daddy, is that at my donut shop?" And I'm like, "I'll try it." So there's no limitation.
And since Davis hasn't been making donuts for very long, having just started Zuri's near the beginning of 2020,
and I'm not a pro. I'm just practicing. I'm new, so.
He's unafraid to innovate. For example, because of the way he makes his fritters, Davis likes to call them clouds.
Fritters, or I call them clouds, because fritters sink in full of grease. Mine don't sop up that much grease. I don't overcook them, so they're very fluffy and very fresh, like a loaf of bread. So I call them clouds.
Another thing Davis is doing differently is keeping artificial flavors and coloring out of his product.
They're all organic. I don't control them. I just build them. I'll take a guava fruit from the local farmer's market, blend it up, put it in icing. There's nothing else I do. I don't add color to it. I don't add sugar. I don't add, well, powdered sugar, granted, but I don't add flavoring. It's just the natural whatever it is. So it's no more of a disappointment as if you were to eat the fruit in its entirety by yourself, but you're actually eating it on a freshly crisp new donut that I'm learning how to make.
Chatting with Davis piqued my curiosity, and I couldn't wait to expand my donut paradigm. So before me, I have a couple donuts I want to try. I'm not going to be able to finish them all. We're going to start with Davis's maple bar. I feel like Chef Davis is going to challenge all of my preconceptions about donuts.
The spectrum of consciousness.
Like, the top of this looks like it's chocolate, but there's no food coloring. It's actually maple.
Sap creates maple bar, maple syrup, anything. So the name, rather than it being standard maple bar, sap of sugar behind it, what is it? Oh, it's a maple bar. Why'd you name it that? Because it's actually sap from a sugar maple tree.
This is a profoundly good donut. Usually donuts, in my experience, are really kind of heavy. This is a very, very light maple bar. This is delicious. Next, I tried one of Davis's top 10 favorite creations, the torch buttercream roll. Here we go. Oh.
The spectrum of consciousness.
That's amazing. That's amazing. For whatever reason, I was really afraid this is going to be way too sweet or way too buttery. But again, it's very light, and it's unlike any donut or pastry I've tried before. I think the sweetness is really well balanced with kind of like the burnt butter topping. I'm gonna be real, I didn't know what to expect. This is a good freaking donut. The final creative confection I tried was the Bourbon Fritter. It's got like a little shot of bourbon in there. I'm a really big fan of fritters in general, so I feel like this is right in my alley, especially because I like whiskey too. I don't think I've ever had a donut quite like this, where it's solid, like it's a sturdy donut, but once you start chewing it, it softens so quickly. It really does melt in your mouth. You can definitely taste there is some apple in there. Man, that's just so good.
The spectrum of consciousness.
Okay, look, before I tried it with the bourbon, it was a delicious donut. Trying it in tandem with the bourbon, it's just genius. Yeah, oh my gosh. The flavors really work so well together. He knocked it out of the park again with this one. This is...
Come in, be happy, and explore. Oh, you got a lot going on, but the kids love it. We give out free smiles and amazing donuts.
that's a wrap here at Zuri's Donuts. My donut paradigm has definitely expanded from this experience thanks to Davis's creativity. I don't know how he comes up with this stuff, but I'm glad he does. If I had to give Zuri's Donuts a rating, I would give them the donut outliers rating because they are so separate, in my opinion, from the herd of all the other donuts I've tried. This is definitely a unique experience. If you're a donut fan, come try it. If you don't like donuts, come try it and give donuts a second try because chances are you've never had donuts like this before. Huge thank you to Chef Davis for letting me interview him. If you want to keep up with Zuri's Donuts, make sure to follow them on Instagram and be sure to double check their hours of operation as they're only open on weekends. The Lynnwood Times also has an Instagram you can follow where all my food reviews, past and future, will be posted. Lastly, if you want to read my full review, visit lynnwoodtimes.com.